Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Weekly Shonen Jump's April 29th issue for 2013. This is Fonzie,
And this is Hero.
and we're starting off with with my obvious favorite, One Piece.
And the cover, it's like them swinging in the rainbow.
Taste
the rainbow, motherfucker!
I'm wondering if the remaining Beatles that are still alive are helping Ichiro Oda actually draw out what he should make for these two panels.
I kind of question, what he actually does on his spare time.
Probably. Anyways, we're getting back all the way to the Coliseum back at Dressrosa, where, of course, Tagama has made his strategy foolproof by getting aid from other gladiators. This is because that he wants his king, Elisabello II, who is famous for his one punch, literally. This is no reference to the other comic. Literally, this guy uses one punch throughout his entire fight, and it's a punch so strong that it can even destroy fortresses. However, he has to wait a huge amount of time before he's able to use it. However, it seems one of the people that was bought and by Tagama is now facing down Hyena. Hyena lectures him about it, but of course the guy has no interest in talking, instead just throwing around his iron chain and ball. However, while Hyena evades it, a couple more people get knocked out of the ring.
And get thrown into a water full of bullfish?
No, well, actually, what happens is that when they get disqualified, they actually get hit by the little fighting fish, which are the species that are guarding green bits where Usopp and Trafigler were.
Okay.
And these are little.
Wow.
Yep.
It looks like he also stole some ideas from Avatar.
Yep.
And I'm talking about The Last Airbender, and I'm not talking about that piece of crap of a movie.
Yeah, we all know it. We don't have to be reminded. Anyways, it seems that hell's breaking loose where all the other competitors are getting in a lot of blood. However, we also seem to see an interesting character who seems to know Jinbei. And this guy seems to be a 100th degree black belt karate fishman.
Wow.
Yep,
Does that even exist?
But then we get somebody strange who seems to be of a long leg tribe.
The Speedo.
It's probably the same way of how the three-limbed people are for Scratchman Oppo. Anyways, it seems that another gladiator is also being focused on, but this one is actually being questioned of why in the world he is using only a sword and not a sword and shield. Well, it's probably because of
probably because he's so good he doesn't need a shield.
Not really, because it seems that he uses the same type of style and techniques that samurais from Wano do, and this may in fact be Kaimon's friend, forced to work as a gladiator. However, the crowd is actually questioning of why in the world Bartholomew is actually just sitting there and just watching as their fun. We then go back to Luffy and Cavendish, where Cavendish is actually wondering where the other supernovas are, or where the Straw Hat crew is.
And Cavendish sparkles!
Well, he is the pretty pirate.
I wonder if he's a vampire as well.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. Oh, well, they did sparkly vampires. Why not sparkly pirates? I wonder why they didn't do that for Johnny Depp. Anyways, Cavendish is actually wondering why they aren't there because of the certain prize, knowing that Mugiwara or Straw Hat brother's fruit is actually on the prize. However, we then get interrupted by a giant old man, and I mean that with as much emphasis as possible, that he actually talks to Luffy and Cavendish and asks how Garp is doing. Cavendish is, of course, not happy to find out that this is Luffy, and it seems that this old man is actually
my disguise has been foiled.
Is a rival of Garp.
And now we move on to Naruto. Finally, and we can see that that we have transitioned back to the war between the Leaf Ninjas and against Madara and Obito.
Starting out with two fire style jutsus.
Oh, of course. And Naruto dodges, and everyone is protected by
The Nine-Tails aura.
Yeah, the Nine-Tails aura. I'm just gonna call it the Nine-Tails. No, they call it the Nine-Tails cloak, but I guess it's an aura as well. So they realize that the cloak is actually protecting them.
But it's taking its toll on Naruto.
As we can see, his form is sort of reversing. Where in his final ultimate form he has like a cloak, but now he's almost like going back to normal.
Yeah, and of course Obito is going to lecture Naruto again about how
Naruto's gonna lecture him back. Blah blah blah. We can skip all that. And Obito is mad.
But we get a small little glimpse of Madara speaking to himself, and yep,
the weirdest battle face ever.
Yep,
Hashirama.
Madara is so excited about knowing that Hiroshima has once again returned to the land of the living that he has literally thrown his most weird rape face that I've seen today.
What is with Japan and rape faces?
Well, it's just probably the recent chapters that have come out. Anyways, he gets so excited that he starts unleashing the Biju's full power.
Yeah, so I guess it's not good, and it's making like a terrible shriek that's hurting everyone's ears.
Yep, that's because he's invoking a strange power that's inside the Biju.
And Obito tries to attack Kakashi, which he's actually taken him to, I guess to another dimension, and I guess Obito actually wants to go with him.
Well,
to like settle things and stuff.
Well, the dimension is actually their Kumi ability, where they can transport themselves to a different space. This was talked on before in previous chapters, way even before that Madara showed up. Anyways, it seems that the jutsu, or the power that the Biju expels, is literally Armageddon.
Yeah, it's creating storms and tornadoes and lightning, and it just looks like the end of the world as we know it.
Oh God, no! Why did you do that?
And I feel fine. But
I love shiny happy people.
But after the chapter, what was his last name? Kishimoto? Yeah. Kishimoto actually submitted
It's on the freaking screen, man!
Sorry! Okay, Kishimoto actually even submitted a new manga, a one-shot, which, in the first panel, I don't understand why Naruto is on the TV screen.
They're watching Naruto. It's a way for a convenient transition.
So yeah, it's called Mario. It's me, Mario.
So even Kishimoto's other characters have nothing better to do than to watch other Kishimoto characters.
So yeah, the thing is, I have no interest in this manga because really, like, okay, the story is basically Japanese Yakuza. That's pretty much what it is, and it's just all talk, blah blah blah. And I guess like the main character, like, tries to do something deep by making it look like he's gonna shoot him, but he's not. And it's like fireworks in the gun or something.
Yeah, it's kind of a Goodfellas reference, but it's really out of nowhere. The one shot came at a huge, like, it was not even worn before. It just was there.
Kind of like Akira Toriyama's one shot, which I actually liked. They need to bring that in.
Yeah, but they at least let us know that was there. However, this one just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if this is something that he's been wanting to do, or if this was something Shonen Jump wanted him to do.
Well, regardless, we'll see what happens with it later on as a series.
But to be honest, I don't think this is going to go anywhere, to be honest. Because I really have no interest in it. Well,
aside from that, we have to get to World Trigger now. And, of course, we go back to the little girl that was in the last panel of the last chapter.
Which I'm going to say her hair is like apple-shaped.
And, of course, Yuma, in his own style, decides to enter in the most awkward fashion, falling off a bridge, off a bike, and onto the ground.
Ha! Gracefulness!
Yep. Well, it turns out that he actually doesn't know how to ride a bike and is a little bit too prideful to say anything. However, the little girl thinks it's kind of funny that he doesn't know how to do it, even though that he is pretending to be a high school student, where she thinks that he's about the same age as she is.
Dum dum dum.
Well, she eventually helps him up on a bike, and for, I guess, the best part is that Yuma's actually extremely excited about a bike.
Ooh.
I guess they don't have bikes or kind of transportation in their world, a world of neighbors. But he doesn't really do it so well, and once again
And he
falls to
crashes.
the ground, crashes.
Into the water.
But of course, because he's a neighbor, he doesn't really get damaged too much.
Of course, because he's a neighbor, which I guess he's like a Kryptonian in their world.
Yep. However, they're interrupted by a siren calling for a neighbor.
And she just dashes off.
Yep. And boy, is it a big neighbor this time.
It's like a giant dinosaur neighbor.
You know, I'm liking this kind of stuff because now they could be literally anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for pink elephants now. Pink elephant neighbors.
I don't know if these neighbors are like both like, okay, for those who do not know about the whole the new Iron Man animated movie, the Technovores, where they're kind of both technological and organic. I think this is what they kind of are.
I think they're more organic. It's just they're probably biology.
And for those who are wondering about the Iron Man animated movie, it sucks.
Wow. I don't think Rotten Tomatoes could have given it a better review. Anyways, it seems that the little girl has gone actually straight towards the neighbor. However,
and it's been spotted.
Yep. And of course, Yuma's there to save the day.
Dun 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 dun.
Yep. And then I guess Osamu arrives on the scene.
How convenient.
Yes, but it seems that this time he's back in action as a border agent, but this time gets his B rank level outfit.
Yay, he advances. I'm so proud.
Yeah, that advance didn't come from anywhere other than him being a sort of a kiss-ass to Jin. Anyways, it seems that this neighbor has a new type of ability, a laser.
You know what? Every time I look at like how the way it attacks, I just keep thinking of like, what was his name? Like, okay, you know Pokemon Diamond and Pearl?
Dialga?
Dialga. That's what it kind of reminds me of right now.
Not bad. However, it seems that Osamu's got a defense for this. A new type of cube-like device called the asteroid.
Nope. I call it the Rubik's Cube defense.
No, stop that. Stop that.
Bad Andrew. That's a bad Andrew.
Anyways, it seems that he also has another ability called Thrusteron, which gives him a huge boost in energy and Trion energy, or whatever you want to call it.
And slices in half.
Yep, now he can literally do what Yuma's been doing for quite some time. Anyways, it seems that also Osamu knows about the little girl and is actually his sister. And it seems that she has an interesting problem. Is that she has the tendency to attract neighbors.
Okay, either she has something that's from the neighbor world, or maybe she's actually from the neighbor world. You know, maybe sort of like a lost sister or something. Or maybe they're gonna go the Bleach route, where where Osamu is like a half neighbor.
Oh God, that wouldn't be original. Anyways,
speaking of,
yeah, we then go to Bleach chapter.
We get to see Masaki almost naked.
Boy, you just get...
It is so deep.
Wow. Yeah. We're showing the greatest amount of poison elegance on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Weekly Shonen Jump review.
So I guess she's having a dream, and it's supposed to be all dramatic and ask me what it means.
Oh, I already know what it means. It's simply her actually in her soul about to be devoured.
And in her future son.
Yeah. Anyways, we cut back to Isin Ryo, and Urahara, and where Urahara explains that he's obviously been banished from the Soul Society, as most of us are aware. However, Ryo doesn't really give a damn about that and only wants to save Masaki.
But the problem is he can't actually completely fix her. I guess there's only so much they can do for her for now, but it's most likely they can't completely fix her.
Yeah, it seems that her Quincy powers are being unfortunately negated due to the fact that the Hollows is way too powerful. This is due to the fact that since they're both different entities, the Hollow's energy is getting mixed up with the Quincy's. However, since her soul doesn't know either of which, it's causing something called soul suicide, which is essentially the both powers in her fighting against each other and eventually destroying themselves.
And it'll probably kill her.
Yes, but there is
In fact, another way to stop it.
yes, but that way can only be done if she's of a particular race. Now that she has blood of a hollow in her, it was different because beforehand Urahara used this on Shinji Hikari's crew. Did I say Shinji Ikari? Sorry, Neo Genesis. I just mean Shinji Hirako. Since him and his group were already hollowified, but since they were already Soul Reapers to begin with. Misaki is a Quincy, and he hasn't been able to use it on a Quincy before. However, of course, was what was said before, is that there is in fact another way. However, this choice cannot be made by Ryu. It can only be made by who? Isin. Yes, this is because that.
I think it's Ishin.
Ishin. Okay. Well,
Ishin.
Sorry.
Say it with me. Ishin.
Ishin. Sorry, it's foreign, man. Anyways, it seems that Urahara has told that Ishin is actually the only one that can actually save her. Why? Because a Soul Reaper's energy is different from a Quincy's and can actually balance out the power inside of her along with the Hollow's energy.
Oh, this doesn't feel forced at all.
However, the only problem is that for him, he would have to give up his status completely in Soul Society, never return, and heck, even might lose his powers forever.
Which, it kind of begs the question as to he could use his Soul Reaper powers from the Aizen arc.
Well, that was probably due to the fact that what happened to Misaki? She's dead. So he probably gained his powers back.
So she was already dead.
Yeah, I'm not going to ruin too much for those of you who are interested in looking into Bleach. There are many things that recap back in the first 3 books. I will not give too much away because I feel as though you're entitled to learn this stuff as you read through the series. However, getting back to this chapter, it also explains of why Ishin is the only one who can actually do this. However, in a, I guess, surprising way,
he just says, okay.
Yep, and Urahara and Ryu are pretty much flabbergasted due to the fact that they didn't think that he would give up his status, but
I guess he just doesn't care.
Well, actually, no. Just like Misaki, if I let the person who I owe my life to die because of some stupid doubts.
Well, the thing is, I think it's also because I don't think he cares about being a Soul Reaper either. I mean, think about it, because if in his job, he's pretty much, like the lazy captain who doesn't want to do anything. So,
well, we've got that. We've got that all over the. Dude, you must read past chapters. There's people who are worse than him at his job. But anyways, of course, it's all in noble faith. And yes, Misaki is about to be consumed by the Hollow completely, Ishin comes to save the day.
And grab her.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
Whether or not this is actually the end of the flashback arc is unsure. So we'll actually see that next chapter.
And now we get to Nisekoi.
Of course. This one I actually read due to the fact that somebody had actually asked me to read this because it's actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it is actually hilarious. Okay, so the class is going to do like some competition, I guess in Japan, I guess schools have to...
Athletic events.
Yeah, they do like athletic events, but I think we've seen this like 1,000 times in other animes.
But there's a catch.
But the thing is, nobody wants to do it because, there's nothing in for them. So the teacher comes up with a deal. The winner of the boys' race gets to kiss the girl of his choice. All the guys are like, yeah!
Yep, now they're all drawn in detail.
And some of the girls are not that happy about it.
I would probably say a lot of them aren't. Especially since the boys keep saying and shouting out sporadically of which ones that they're going to kiss if they win the race.
And the thing is...
Boy, nobody's subtle in this class.
But But yeah, then Ichijo starts thinking if he wins the race, he can actually kiss Oradina.
And of course, since somebody else also said that they want to kiss Oradina, he goes into full Super Saiyan mode.
but
However, the boys.
Yeah, they see him as a big threat.
Well, that's because he's hanging around with 4 gorgeous-looking women the entire time, you know?
Just like every other harem anime.
However, it seems that Ichijo's friend seems to have an interest in it as well.
Well, he actually has a plan. So when the race comes in, it's time for the boys to race. And as he's getting ready, I keep forgetting her name. I'm just gonna keep calling her the sick girl. Who gives her Tachibana, yeah. Okay, the names are so hard to remember. Okay, the names are not that memorable.
Ishin.
Okay, so.
And of course,
she's kind of giving like the creepy you better win.
It's sparkly and shit. And of course, the boys act strangely familiar and friendly with Ichijo. Didn't they hate him just a few minutes ago?
That's part of the plan.
Oh.
So yeah, as a rate. So at first they tell him oh, we're not taking the deal very seriously. Who cares about it? And
the gunfires and
zoom, everybody dashes. Trick me!
Yep, Ichijo is left in the dust while the boys frantically run to the finish line.
And just as he catches up, everybody slows down. In other words, they create a blockade.
Yeah. You'd think that they would be able to run around him, but the fact is they have to show poise.
And his best friend is being let to...
He's the one who's planning everything. And why he decides to also have a mustache on, I'm not completely sure why.
I think it's kind of like a... Okay, like in the very old movies, where the bad guy always has to have that mustache, yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah, and he also has his jacket just over his shoulders.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a homage to like the 1940s villains, but
it seems that during the race, and while he's, I guess,
people are getting shot.
Yep, they're all getting shot, I guess, in the ear.
Yeah, but you also find out that it's actually rubber bullets, and Chitoge's bodyguard is actually getting rid of the competition for him.
Seishiro?
Yeah, her, and the reason why she's helping him out is because he actually wants, because she wants him to kiss kiss. She wants to kiss Chitoge.
Or he may end up choosing her. And of course, that causes her to misfire and nearly hit Ichijo square in the face.
But then the race continues. As he tries to catch up, he falls for a trap.
Well, actually, it was a trap that looked like a trap, an obvious trap, but was actually a trap next to the original obvious trap.
Clever girl.
Yep, however,
so he tries to catch up, and he got the scariest face. He's like, I'm gonna win first place!
That's because he keeps falling for the same trick every single time. He's kind of a, scatterbrain, isn't he?
Yeah, but...
fool me once, shame
on him.
Fool me twice, shame on the stupid idiot who keeps falling for it.
I don't know, would you have thought of the same thing?
I want to do this one.
Fine.
We're gonna do One Punch Man.
Okay, I gotta say, the very first 5 chapters is brilliant. Like, almost like watching a movie. Like, you're spinning around Saitama. It's brilliant. I mean, wouldn't you agree? It's brilliant. The way the pages are drawn and how it's almost like you're spinning around him.
That was 10 pages, ladies and gentlemen. 10 pages went by.
And it was brilliant.
And of course, Sonic decides to keep gloating about his all-over impressive speed, but Saitama catches up with him just by looking at him.
Bleh.
Yep, and of course Sonic replies with a Windblade kick, which is met
kicks him in the balls.
Nope, which Saitama is actually met with a punch to the balls. And being One Punch Man... Yep,
I feel bad for Sonic now.
We even have to take a break for Sonic's case in this panel. Please wait one moment with beautiful scenery. We need some elevator music just to cut the mood.
Dum, 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 dum.
And of course we come back to Sonic. Sonic regained compose.
Yeah, you're not fooling anyone, son. You're not fooling anyone.
Yep, but of course he continues to gloat and makes it apparent that to Saitama that he will one day come again.
Because you're too slow.
And yeah,
I love torturing you.
Yep.
He's still shaking after that.
Sonic swears revenge against Saitama while still quaking in his own boots after getting hit into the crotch.
I don't know why, but he just keeps looking more like a girl, in every page.
Whatever.
Maybe he is actually a girl.
But we go back to Saitama's crappy apartment where Genos is there sitting down, and of course, we go through a little bit of dialogue that Sonic has been in the news for a while as a bounty hunter and as an assassin. However,
of course, something's bothering Saitama, and it's not the fact. Doesn't have nothing to do with Sonic.
Nope, it has to do with the fact that nobody knows of his name. After everything that he's done and everything that he's defeated since then,
he gets no praise whatsoever.
And he's wondering why, seeing that so many other heroes have done the same thing. And that's because Genos tells him that he needs to be registered into the hero.
Oh no. Oh no. Are we going to that Marvel Civil War thing, with like the Hero Registration Act?
Nope, it's actually just to show people that you actually are, in fact, a hero, a registered hero.
And
Saitama didn't know.
And some guy authorized it. He's got ball sacks for a chin.
That beats Quagmire's chin.
Or Peter Griffin's.
Yep. And of course, with the most blank expression, as if he just forgot about all the stress that he went through, he's going to go and actually
get registered.
And Genos comes along.
Looking all cartoony and thick-lined. Okay, and we get to Dragon Ball. Okay, we want everyone to know, go see the latest episode of Dragon Ball Bridge. It is hilarious.
Remember, under Team 4-Star. Anyways,
this chapter of Dragon Ball Z has been brought to you by...
Child abuse.
No, by Team 4-Star, because they're funny.
I was still going to say child abuse, because all throughout this chapter, Piccolo is once again...
abandoning Gohan.
In the wilderness.
Like a real teacher. Mr. Bobo!
And with dinosaurs. Yeah, I forgot to mention that those are in this world, too.
And Mr. Bobo is still black, oh thank God.
Yep, and of course Gohan runs away from the dinosaur and comes up a mountain, but is unfortunately hungry.
How do I get down? Climb down! I could use a rope or makeshift ladder. Climb down!
Just gotta skip it. He gets food from Piccolo. Goku goes under Snake Way. We're done. That's because we gotta get to Toriko right now. Right now. As we get a close, far view shot away from...
Still looks like Armageddon.
Well, that's because the war hasn't exactly ended. Well, not war, battle. It seems that everybody that was in the stadium, including the announcer, are actually all outside, way far from the battlefield. However, they sense something ominousness within the battlefield. And what is ominous presence? Zebra. And he's ready to fight. Oh my God.
Why does he kind of look like... Okay, he kind of looks like a cross between... Okay, who was that guy in the Dark World tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho? I forget.
Jigoro?
Yeah, he looks like Jigoro mixed with Two-Face and Jonah Hex.
Well, I guess that's because it's supposed to show... Well, there's a reason for that. A little bit of lore, and this isn't giving too much away in this series of Toriko. The reason why he has his mouth ripped open from the left side is because in order to actually ingest the food that he wanted to eat, his mouth wasn't big enough, so he ripped it open.
Just like the Joker.
Yep.
So I did this to myself.
Yep, pretty much. But, just like the Joker, you don't question this. Anyway, Zebra's ready to
And so
fight.
now I'm always smiling.
Actually, yeah. Throughout the entire series, no matter what he's doing, no matter what peril he's in, he's always smiling. And as for the victims of his last attack are scattered throughout the ground. However, it seems some of the, and you're just going to have to go with this, the chefs of the Bishiokukai are actually going after him. And of course, these chefs are a giant mutated parrot frog monster, along with a man who has green skin and tentacles coming out of his head. However, he does away with the first one with voice press. Basically, all of his abilities are sound based. Yep, and he crushes the first one's head and uses beat punch to another, causing him to literally explode from the inside out. Awesome!
You know, for kids.
Who said this was for kids?
Well, it's comic books. It must be for kids. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, go ahead and read a Dark Horse comic sometime. Anyways, it seems that Zebra now has a new target, the 3 Nitros. And if you remember what I said before, Nitros are the most superior life forms in this world.
Don't they kind of look like the villains from the Dark Crystal?
Kinda. Anyways, they're ready to fight, and of course they all come at super high speeds against Zebra. However, Zebra has other plans.
He rips. Well, no, he doesn't rip. He
kicks one of the Nitros square in the jaw and uses a new attack called the Machine Gun Voice, blows that one's face clean off, and uses a voice burst to finish him off. Next, he uses a technique called Sound Knuckle to hit the other one on the side and actually burst through his stomach. He then uses another attack called Speed Up Teleport. What did this guy do? And he pounds the thing literally into dust. There's not much left of this Nitro.
Wait, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
And this is a Nitro, ladies and gentlemen, something that both Zebra and Toriko were nearly killed by one who had been sleeping for 12,000 years. Anyways,
suddenly he can kill them all with a mere thought.
Well, this isn't actually thought. This is as much. This is sort of his headliner move, Sound Bazooka.
Or with a mere voice. My voice gives me super strength.
You know, when you think about barbarians doing battle cries, this is exactly what I want to see happen. Anyways, it seems like the stadium is getting a huge beating from all of the blasts that's coming from Zebra. Literally, he's destroying most of this place. And Sani? Remember Sani and Toriko? They didn't make a dent into this place, did they?
No.
Nope. However, we have less to get back onto that fight and get back to a fight where Chio and Susani are. Susano. A little bit of backstory. Both of these two are gourmet treasure artifacts. They're called treasure artifacts for how old they are. They, of course, are rivals because they're the two strongest women of the gourmet world. However, it seems that
kind of like how Urza and Greenwood are.
Yeah, pretty much. Except Chio went to the Byoshukukai and served under the world darkness. However, their battle ensues, and it's through a bunch of martial arts techniques that both of them tried to kill each other. However,
you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? If they ever made like a live-action Toriko movie, okay, who's the one with the big
Sutsuno?
Yeah. You know who they should get? You know what actress they should get her?
Who?
Betty White. That would actually work.
All right, well then we need B. Arthur to be, Chio. We need just two old ladies who bitch at each other. All right, well aside from that, the battle ensues. However, it seems that a certain chef that we've seen before has intervened by grabbing Sutsano, and disables her. As for another one, Yuta comes in, teleporting. I didn't know he could do that, and places a seal on Chio.
And slices her.
Well, nope. And then, remember this guy? This is Zeus, the guy who we thought was dead before, that was hit by Star June's fire. He then comes back to literally cut Susano in half. Of why they even did that, I mean,
And she looks creepy now after being sliced.
yep, but let's please remember this, ladies and gentlemen. These three individuals that have done the damage to Setsuna are part of the Neo Gourmet Society.
This violence makes no sense.
However, they forget that they're dealing with Susanoo, the oldest living known chef in the world, known to even Acacia, the god of the gourmet world.
Huh. And now we skip over cross manage because we're better that way.
We're not necessarily
Lots
better
of
that way.
skirts. Even though they wear black underlings. So yeah, that's actually pretty much for Weekly Shonen Jump.
We do have one message though to give to everybody.
Next week, Japan is actually taking a week off because I guess it's Golden Week for them. So next week there will not be a Weekly Shonen Jump reviews, and I think we do have like Fairy Tail to go through.
Yes, we do. We definitely have a Fairy Tail chapter to go through after the one that we didn't get last week. And trust me when I say that this one is well worth the wait.
Yes, and so the 7 dragons, and then there's Natsu going on. I'm gonna kick all your asses.
Why does Natsu sound like a outrageous black man?
I don't know because it's funny.
Do you see me laughing?
No.
Do you see me laughing?
Do you see me laughing? So yeah, the dragon misses, and Natsu tries to go for the attack, but a rogue dodges the attack.
Yep, and this is all upon a flying dragon. This has probably got to be a cool looking battle in animation once they get it back up and just.
Yeah, and
they actually did this once before in Rave Master with Jigen and Let.
And everyone else is like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, they pretty much don't know what to do. And of course, you wouldn't actually get this, is that the dragons are actually talking back to them. And seeing as how their hatred has not stopped, they are planning on taking out everybody.
And why do I keep forgetting these people?
Makarov?
Yeah, Makarov goes supersized and punches a fire dragon in the face.
Yeah, that's the one they're fighting
Punch in the face. But his hand has been burnt. Since
the dragon is way too powerful for just even giant magic to hurt him.
Yeah. So they're going rampage like, oh, we ate all humans. We must eat all the humans. Blah 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 blah. And we actually get to see a Stain's dragon, which I did not think he would look like that. He looks like a dragon of the forest, more than a dragon of light.
Well, there's not really a way to distinguish between dragons. I mean, Igneo looks just like a regular dragon. He's not like the other one that's
that's on fire.
Yeah, so you can never really tell if they're actually a dragon of their element yet.
And we do see a flashback where when he told his story that he intentionally killed his dragon father, that was only half true. Where I guess his dragon actually begged him to kill him. Which I'm not completely sure why. I guess like it that does how it works. That like a dragon slayer actually gains his dragon slaying magic. Once they actually kill their dragon.
Do you think it could probably have something to do with the fact that the dragons may lose some sort of power, or they know that their power that can be used against them? I mean, for the entire Etelos arc, the dragon energies that Dragon Slayers immune can actually activate powerful items of real magic damage. So maybe their power can actually be used in certain ways. And knowing Zareth,
I don't know, like maybe it's something like before they die, they have to like pass on. They have to pass on their magic to somebody, as sort of like a legacy to them. I don't know. That's just my guess.
And it seems that Skidrum, the dragon that trained Rogue, was actually ill before, and that Rogue only assisted in his death.
Alright, so I guess it was like assisted suicide or something.
Well, ill. He was probably already half dead.
Or probably just to put him out of his misery. You know how you would do it to a pet.
Anyways, we get a little bit of dialogue from I'm just gonna say Rogue Sting at this point, just so that nobody gets any sort of confusion. Since now we actually have all the Rogue from the future and the Rogue from the present in the same area. So Rogue Sting continues to dialogue about it, and he actually developed the dragon control magic in order to control the king of all dragons, Acnologia.
Oh, which is the dragon they fought before they realized he was too strong for them, and they had to like do some sort of magic to get away.
Yep, that keep them sealed for 7 years.
Yeah, so
I like the magical plot device, don't you?
It's magic. I don't have to explain it.
Yep, that's why I use fairies. You can't explain fairies.
And it's also mentioned that only dragons could defeat Agnolia. Now, I don't know if this includes dragon slayers, because when he says only dragons can kill the king of dragons.
Well, who really knows? I mean, there's still a lot to cover in the story completely. And of course, once again, we get Rogue Sting constantly talking about how he's going to control Acnologia and how nobody can defeat him.
And Natsu is almost getting his ass handed to him.
However, Natsu finally realizes the thing that everybody should know from the get-go. He hits the dragon right on its back, and what does it do?
Well, it's loading.
It actually damages the dragon.
So their weakness is their back.
Nope. It's the most obvious thing that people have seemed to never make mention. Dragon Slayer magic can destroy dragons.
Ah. So that kind of proves my theory that Dragon Slayers can kill the dragons.
Look at this. It said on there, Dragon Slayer magic can defeat dragons. Come on.
Everyone's like, oh, duh!
Oh, wait, I forgot. But wait, Dragon Slayer magic, I think that's supposed to mean something.
Like, all the other Dragon Slayers, including, the lightning guy.
Luxus?
Yeah, Luxus. Even Luxus is like, no, oh, duh!
Oh, man, I could have had a V8. Anyways, it seems that Natsu says that 7 Dragon Slayers...
Everyone's being encouraged. Yeah, we can do it! But...
However, Rogue Sting actually declares that he's miscounted all of them. That was until we saw Dornbolt and Shanjo.
And guess who's back? Cobra!
Yep, brought all the way from maximum security prison by Dornbolt, Cobra of the former Orcheon Cess, is now back to fight for the Dragon Slayers.
And without his snake. He probably ate him.
That's probably due to one thing. I do want to mention this to some people. In the anime, and trust me, in the anime after the 7 years time skip, there was a filler arc that was known as the time trial arc. And it was an arc developed around going after characters that were established in other arcs before and brought back. Now that's how you do a filler arc. Sorry, Naruto and Bleach, you guys suck at that. This one actually included a new Orcheon Cess, with Cobra actually having his eye gone. Now, there was a reason for the eye being gone in the anime. I'm not sure it's for this one. But when he was put in prison, the snake, unfortunately, was taken away from him. So whether the snake is with him at this point is still unsure.
Oh, well, because if you look at his pants, it looks like snake scales.
You really think he's going to turn his friend, the guy who he literally trained in sound magic, to convert him into a fashion statement?
I thought it was poison magic.
During the Orcheon Cess arc, he has 2 types of magic.
Oh, sound and poison.
Yeah. The first ability he was used in order for him to actually hear people's thoughts, and so he could actually understand his friend, the snake.
Oh, like an actual snake.
Yes. It wasn't. He is versed in Dragon Slayer poison magic. So now 7 dragons assembled, and now we're ready to see them take on the 7 dragons who are ripping apart the city. And of course that concludes this. Why do you have to show me these things? In the last panel of the chapter, it's a little bit of an extra, I guess, and shows a bunch of cosplayers. And one who has
happy cosplay where it's just a bucket on his head. And at the very last panel, it shows like a horribly drawn stick figure wearing.
Close enough.
Yeah, that says close enough. I guess it's a meme. But it shows all the other cosplayers as fairy tale characters, which actually look pretty good.
Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for the weekly Shonen Jump review and Fairy Tail chapter review. And once again, to state that there will not be one next week due to Golden Week. However, we will be back in 2 weeks to give you the next Viz Media manga recap and the Fairy Tail chapter.
Yep. So
this has been Fonzie,
and this is Hero,
and we're signing off.